You'll see a number of freshwater seeps around the salt lakes that are regularly inundated with rainfall during the winter months. These provide an important source of fresh water for the island's quokkas, birds, reptiles, and frogs. We have three species of frogs on Rottnest: the moaning frog, sandplain froglet, and western green tree frog, or motorbike frog. The moaning frog is a burrowing frog which lives in the sand dunes and only comes down to fresh water to breed, which commences with the first rain in autumn. The western green tree frog, or more commonly known as the motorbike frog, live around the freshwater seeps and swamps year-round, and breeding occurs from early to mid-August. The sandplain froglet, or Crinia, is the smallest of the three species on Rottnest, only reaching about 2.5 centimetres in length. They range in colour from brown to grey, and breeding generally starts in June. If you're around this area from April to May onwards, listen out for all three of their calls. They're quite distinctive. The RAA has been conducting annual tadpole and frog surveys since 2002 to assess the breeding success of the three frog species. This assessment of breeding success, abundance and distribution of frogs over time is an important indicator of the health of aquatic systems, as frogs are very sensitive to changes in their environment. They're significantly affected by habitat alterations, including pollution, disease introduction, predation, hydrological changes, and climate change. Continued monitoring allows the RAA to keep an eye on both the frog populations and the water quality of the freshwater seeps to assess whether there are any significant changes. Frog population condition is dependent on the water quality of these seeps, therefore minimising anthropogenic or human impacts such as eutrophication, which is the introduction of nutrients into water bodies, and over-abstraction of groundwater is vital to ensure Rottnest's frog populations remain stable. The freshwater seeps around the salt lakes also provide a freshwater source for some of the reptiles on Rottnest. There are 19 species of reptile found on the island, including 2 geckos, 2 legless lizards, 13 skink lizards, and 2 snakes. The RAA Reptile Monitoring Program has previously recorded healthy breeding populations of 16 reptile species throughout the island. The Rottnest Island bobtail and Rottnest Island dugite are both listed as vulnerable under the Wildlife Conservation Act 1950, as they are genetically distinct from the mainland populations. Given the length of time that Rottnest has been separated from the mainland, it is possible that all reptile species are genetically distinct from their mainland counterparts. However, this is yet to be confirmed. Climate change poses a serious threat to the natural environment on Rottnest, causing decreased rainfall and subsequent increased salinity in the water bodies and increased temperatures. Anthropogenic or human-induced impacts such as development, over-abstraction of groundwater, pollution, or direct damage, for example from trampling, can also significantly impact the environment on Rottnest. Conducting ongoing monitoring on Rottnest provides the RAA with critical data and enhances our ability to protect and potentially mitigate or minimise any negative impacts on the natural environment.